Okay, so psychedelic is like a drug term, but I'm assuming if you're clicking this video, you're using it in the same way I'm using it, which is like the Urban Dictionary one, where it's like crazy, like this is crazy, like this is psychedelic, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's the term that I'm talking about here. So for the past hour and a half, I've been sitting here going through the Weeknd's discography, thinking to myself, what is the craziest, most psychedelic The Weeknd song? And I'm not talking about like just weird. I'm talking about like if you're sitting there tired or it's like nighttime or maybe you are on drugs. I'm not saying to do drugs. I don't do drugs. But like maybe you are. You know what I'm saying? What would be the craziest Weeknd song to listen to that would just make you ascend? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that. But before we do that, get something to snack on for today's videos. Maybe some cranberry juice, some Cheerios, and pardon the long intro, bro. Let's get into it. So when I first started this idea, I'm like, I got to Google if somebody else has thought of this already. You know what I'm saying? So I Googled it, and I seen a couple of Reddit people who were like talking about how they're like, oh, dude, I'm about to do acid. I'm about to listen to The Weeknd, dude. What song should I do? And then somebody said like Initiation, and then somebody said Gone. And I'm going to talk about these two songs, but this other guy was like, dude, you guys got to stop talking about drugs on the Weeknd subreddit or something like that. I just thought that was funny, bro. I thought it was a funny conversation. But the crazy songs they were talking about was Initiation, and I low-key don't think that a lot of The Weeknd's older production matches like the energy that you would need to be like overwhelmed by a song and just ascend. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was good production, and there's a couple of songs that I'm gonna mention, but some of his older stuff I had a hard time like I could enjoy it, but it was definitely more of an acquired taste. But with that being said, the song Gone I actually thought was pretty good. I listened to that. It was like a 7-minute song, and I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy, right? So then I'm like, bro, I listened to the entire Weeknd's discography. Let me just run through all these songs right quick. And I obviously looked at the After Hours. We're going to probably have our answer on the After Hours. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's like his most basic album, all that. It's crazy, bro. The album is crazy, bro. Like it might be the greatest late night drive song or album of all time. And it just has a bunch of those crazy songs. So with that being said, we're going to go around some of the other ones that I could talk about though as well. Giving Up on Me off the new album, as well as Big Sleep, was a little bit kind of crazy, bro. But I think one of the biggest things that is holding the newer album that The Weeknd just dropped back from being like a crazy experience in terms of like making me ascend is I think you need a level of like mystery that the After Hours has. That like it just like the world building in the After Hours is a little bit better than the world building on his most recent album, if that makes sense. Or like the vibe of it is just there, where like a psychedelic vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I don't base my enjoyment on a song based on how like much it makes me ascend. You know what I'm saying? I listen to Detroit rap, bro. Like I'm listening to the grooves, bro. I'm trying to just enjoy music. But in terms of what we're looking for here, I think that his newest album might not be the best route to take to find a psychedelic song. With that being said, though, Ordinary Life is a very honorable mention. I think Starboy has some crazy songs on there as well that you could listen to and be like, this is crazy. Coming Down, as well as XO the Host, are both fire. I actually listened to them not off a trilogy, but as their own respective albums. I believe House of Balloons or something like that. And then I don't remember the other name, but I really enjoy these songs. I don't think that it's like the craziest songs that he has, but I definitely think that it's up for an honorable mention. With that being said, though, the most psychedelic album, as I said, was the After Hours, in my opinion. And I was listening to like the title track even, and I'm like, bro, the title track is definitely up there, if not his most like crazy song that he's ever put out in terms of like how much it will make you like ascend. I think it's great. Hardest to Love is also a crazy song, but I think that the build-up might take too long for me to say it's like the most psychedelic, because it kind of loses a little bit of mystery, because he's singing, bro. Like, he is singing, but like when you like slow it down and your voice almost sounds like it's like you're not even really there, like you become the song. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely separate his vocals and the production, whereas some of these he becomes one with the production, bro. Like, it's kind of crazy on how much he becomes one with the production. I don't know if that's a good way of wording that, like, but hey, bro, I'm only 20, bro. I'm only 20. I can only get so descriptive. Come back to me in 5 years when I have a crazier vocabulary. I think Too Late is incredible. I think that's one of the best songs that The Weeknd's ever put out, and probably one of the most psychedelic. But that lisp is kind of funny, bro. I don't know if it's a lisp. Somebody said the bass was turned up too much on it or something like that. I think that's always a good talking point, though, because I'm like, bro, listen, he has a lisp on this song, I think. I'm pretty sure. I couldn't even tell. But I think that song is one of my favorite Weeknd songs of all time, though. I think it's definitely, not only is it that reason, like, I think I go to the Weeknd for ascending music a lot of the time. And that was one of the best examples of it, so I really enjoy those type of cuts that he does. Bro, the people are mowing the lawn outside. I don't know if that's too loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm sorry if you can. I hope it doesn't ruin your experience when you listen to these honorable mentions on your own time. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking about people's lawns being mowed, that might ruin it for you, so I apologize if that does. But I think the most psychedelic Weeknd song of all time, in my opinion, this is a hot take, is Repeat After Me, bro. I think the instrumental on here is absolutely crazy, bro. And I know you're like, you're probably sitting there like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? That's like an interlude, bro. That's not even like, come on, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, please sit down and blare that. Like, just like listen to it, bro. Just listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to, like, I don't know. You gotta, like, I don't know if this is even a hot take, but I don't ever hear people talk about that song. So, like, I personally love that song, and I really hope that that's, like, the common consensus of it. I think it's great. With that being said, what is your go-to Weeknd song that you think is, like, the craziest? Like, oh, when I'm listening to this, oh, it's wicked, bro. This is, I'm about to ascend, I'm about to fly away. What is your song, bro? Let me know in the comments below so I can listen to it. You know what I'm saying? On a late night drive, I'm gonna sit there sipping some cranberry juice, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying the moon and all that fun stuff. Let me know. With that being said, if you guys want to check out my socials, you guys can. Here's my Twitter right here. I be tweeting some stuff, bro. I be talking. I'm not gonna lie, I be talking. And a lot of people, bro, we got like 3,000 of us here, 3,000 subscribers, something like that, 3,500. And no, I got like 10 Twitter followers, bro. I get like 1 like. And I think it's because it's like the hardest like platform to grow on. Like, you gotta have like a crazy following to begin with. But please, bro, lock in, bro, lock in. I'm looking at you right now. Anyways, my bad. This is, I'm talking too much. I love you all very much. I'm Conflicted, and I'm out. Peace.